Hey guys, this is RinKa Plays, and we're back at the LumineNight, and this is episode 9 this time. So, we basically went to the docks this time, and here we are. I accidentally skipped one dialogue, so let's see. Right, let's go, the docks. I guess it wouldn't be possible to sneak in. Nail, the bodies of your colleagues, are they still there? Yeah, I thought we should leave the corpses as we found them, at least until the cops can come. There are some people there. Are those the Glaucous? That's right. Hey guys, I'm back. Hey, there's the police. They're not the police. They're detectives, so her name's Selen Foster. Hi, I'm the detective's assistant, Ben Clark. It's kind of weird that she's the one who answered, they are not the police, you know, from like a third point perspective. Hey, I'm Terry Wilson. Wait, no. What? A detective? I told you to get the cops there. Mary vouch for our detective Selen. Have some faith in her. We're not in the mood to play detective with some kids. I would rather the police come take a look at this, to be honest. Nail, when are the cops coming? Hey, the cops are alright, but first, come on, trust me. Oh, stop messing about. Go get the cops. The cops. The cops aren't coming. I told them 2 people are dead and they wouldn't even listen. What? You said you're Terry Wilson. Can the rest of you tell me your names? Derek White. Aaron Smith. No introductions? I'm Toby Palmer. Good. I heard that you were busy doing your jobs at the docks and found 2 of your coworkers dead after your shift was over. That's right. But there was an explosion in the warehouse, and Derek... An explosion? Well, Terry said someone set up a trap in the warehouse. Huh. What trap? He just made that up. What? You don't even know what happened. You need to keep your trap shut. Anyway, there was an explosion in the warehouse first, and then you found the corpses, right? Yes, we all gathered up in the warehouse around 7 after hearing the explosion. And then Derek found them. After going back to the quarters after his shift ended, he brought us all there. I heard that 2 bodies were found. Where was the other one found at? At the maintenance room. We couldn't find Thomas, so we went there. We found his dead body there. The 4 people who heard the explosion got to the warehouse? And Mr. White found the truck driver Oliver Frank's body at quarters after coming back to the docks on the truck. Then you all went to the maintenance room to find out that Thomas Stark had also died. If you want to follow the timeline, the explosion should be investigated first, but it can wait until we take a look at the bodies first before it decays even more. Mr. Derek, can you show me to the quarters? Alright, it's to the right. I should head to the quarters to look at Oliver Frank's body and the scene. Okay, sure, let's do that. The quarters. Wait, what's that? Are those the quarters? No, this is the maintenance room. Here's the quarters. Oh right, be careful, the floor is wet. Slippery. Do you know what happened here? The murderer must have dumped a bucket of water or something. It was like this when we came inside after our shift. A bucket of water? That could have been an attempt to erase evidence. Okay. Table. Is this the poisoned stew that Oliver Frank allegedly ate? It looks normal enough. How did you know that it was poisoned? Look carefully what's on the table. There's something that looks like poison. This? Wait, it's datura. Is it the same thing you showed to Mary? You said the chef cooked the stew? Why involve me in all of this? You said you wanted stew for dinner. I only cooked it in the pot. I've never taken it outside the kitchen. Then the murderer must have taken the stew from the kitchen to the quarters, yes? I guess. Stealing isn't a big deal for a murderer, is it? Okay, but why is he so mad? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. He doesn't seem to be wounded otherwise. He wasn't choked to death like Connor Carter then. Is it because of the water? The corpse and the scene is spotless. I can't see any resistance wounds or blood clots either. Well, because he was poisoned, so, you know, not a lot of areas to resist for. It almost looks like the dead man is sleeping. The scene is too clean. This is just like how Brucewick's body was found 10 years ago on the beach, exactly because he was poisoned as well. Did the murderer use the datura poison like then? What? It's pretty obvious. We saw that there was a datura bottle right here. What the heck? It's pretty obvious. I don't understand. Wheelchair? A wheelchair? It's Thomas. His legs weren't good. Didn't you say that Thomas Stark's body was found in the maintenance room, though? Why would the wheelchair be here instead of the maintenance room? I'm not sure. The wheelchair is a bit wet, just like the floor. Maybe there was some important evidence on this wheelchair? So, Oliver, he was poisoned with a stew, right? That's a load of crap. That's a regular, good, old, perfect stew. No, I'm not saying you poisoned it. Anyone could have set aside some stew in a dish and then poison it. This poison takes hours to take effect. Was Mr. Frank alone in the quarters for that long? Well, I think you should ask that Toby. Me? You said you saw Oliver and Thomas go inside the quarters before you clocked out. Well, I did, but the two of them went inside the quarters together? Can you tell me more about it? So around 6 in the evening, I went to the maintenance room to clean it up and ran into Oliver. He said Thomas seemed to have caught the flu or something. He wasn't doing well, so he said he will be quarantining him in the quarters for a bit and call for a doctor. That's why he rolled him on the wheelchair into the quarters. Shouldn't he have sent him straight to the hospital then, leaving him here in this shipping container? I asked Oliver that too, but he said it's still a contagious disease and it might not be a good idea to send him to the hospital. Has anyone else seen the two after 6 p.m.? I don't think so. Derek only found the body around 10 past 7. Around an hour would have taken even if he was poisoned as soon as he came inside the quarters. The datura poison couldn't have worked in that time. You idiots! The murderer was waiting for them in the quarters. He poisoned them when nobody was looking. He was hiding in the quarters, then fed Oliver Frank the poisoned soup, and then brought Thomas Stark's body back to the maintenance room? Exactly. But you said Oliver Frank brought Thomas Stark to the quarters to quarantine a flu patient, right? Isn't it strange that he would then suddenly have some stew? It doesn't look like he was forcefully fed any either. How are you sure that he wasn't forcefully poisoned? You could dose a rag in it and then attack from behind to cover his mouth and nose. Easy work, isn't it? What? Why are you looking at me like that? Because you considered this already. You're very knowledgeable about how to poison a person, huh? Yeah, that's how you killed Oliver, right? Huh? Own up to it, Aaron. What? That's bull. Anyone and their dog knows about that. Well, there's something that kind of bothered me. Aaron, when we got off work and hadn't heard the explosion yet, you ran into me. You were standing in front of the quarters, right? And what does that have to do with anything? Well, I'm not sure if you were trying to go inside the quarters or if you were trying to leave the quarters. You know? You're the chef, Aaron, so I guess Oliver wouldn't have thought that it was strange if you asked him to have some of your stew. Huh? What kind of nonsense? Are you crazy? You're suspecting me because I was standing? And why were you going to the maintenance room when we were about to get off work? Huh? When you ran into me, I saw you walking to me from the maintenance room. Why in God's name did you go there knowing that it was empty? That's only because I remember that I forgot to clean the maintenance room. The door was locked. And then I thought to myself, oh, Thomas has the flu. That's why I didn't clean it today. Then I was walking back. Are you seriously thinking that he would fall for that? Well, actually, I don't think that he's lying, but Aaron is trying to basically put a blame on someone else, so it's basically the same with us like with Gregory. Fall for it? Are you saying that I'm lying right now? Wait, so why were you standing in front of the quarters, Aaron? That's not important. Didn't you just... Oh yeah, he's trying to change the subject. Toby told us why he went to the maintenance room. I think it's only fair that you tell us why you were there. Yeah, why were you there? Because I was worried about Thomas. Worry? You were worried about him? How did you know that Thomas Ark would be at the quarters? Because I asked that prick Toby. Surely you remember, I asked you that when I was looking for Terry. I asked you, have you seen this bastard around? And then you told me, I don't know where he went, but Thomas Stark is at the quarters because he caught the flu. Yeah? Huh, like you cared when other people got sick. Since when did you care so much about us? What? Hey, dipshit, you weren't even doing your job wandering around in the warehouse and blew something up. I would shut my trap if I were you. I didn't do it. Then tell us, why did you try to blow the warehouse up? I told you over and over, I didn't blow it up. Are you saying that the wall blew itself up? Exactly. You said it. Man, why keep asking me if you already know why? What do you mean why? You're pulling it right out of your ass, that's why. Toby, you shouldn't be hounding me like that. This bastard is the one we should be going after. We need to know what in God's name he was doing in front of that door. That door? Is there a door in the warehouse that has to do something with the explosion? I can't tell you. Why can't you tell us, Terry? Why? Because you will all be pissed off. Of course, they would be pissed off if their coworker turns out to be a murderer. I'm not a murderer. Then tell us the truth. I can because you're going to be pissed off. You ducking bastard. Stop it. Aren't you even ashamed in front of kids? What should a good detective say in a situation like this? Am I a kid here too? I've got an idea. Let's first check out the maintenance room. Then me, Aaron, and Toby will wait outside. The four of you go see what happened in the warehouse. Why leave me out? You three are going to shoo me out. You said you won't tell what you did because we would be angry. Alright then, we'll give you some space. What about Neil then? What about him? Since you might have been the murderer, we can't send you off on your own. Man, I told you I'm not a murderer. You just talked a bunch of nonsense and won't even answer our questions. Do you really expect us to trust you now without any proof? This is all we can do for you right now. If you think this is still too unfair, even I might have to start suspecting you. Why does that prick get coddled like that, huh? Aaron, I know you're angry, but let's just calm down for a second. None of us four have a good alibi. Even if we tell each other what we were doing, we can't trust if we are listening to the truth. Singling a person out won't be of much help. It's best to have a third party listen and find out who is the liar is. Isn't that right, Mrs. Detective? That's right. You don't have to do this now. I'll find out who murdered your colleagues. Man, why are we trusting this kid to begin with? After I heard you argue, I felt that knowing what kind of organization the Glaucous is would be useful for my investigation. Do you mind telling me what kind of work do you exactly do at the docks, and where in particular do you work every day? Oh, that. I can help you with that. Before Connor quit, the 8 of us were divided into the yard team, the truck team, and the indoor team. Connor and I operated the cranes, and Toby was the assistant driver / mechanic. That's the yard team. After Connor left, I had to work double time. Toby is doing all the maintenance work and cleaning now that he's gone. Maintenance work and cleaning? What do you exactly mean by that? Well, it's mostly that everyday stuff we use. So that's really the maintenance room, the staff bathroom, and the canteen. I'm sure it's a lot of work though. If he was the only one doing all the cleaning, did Toby have all the keys to those places? Yeah, he has a master key that opens all the places in the docks. Toby Palmer has the master key that can open the maintenance room and canteen door. Wait, didn't he say that he went to the maintenance room and saw that it was locked? But if he does have the key, he should have been able to open it. Oliver and Derek drive trucks to ship things or do some other work. That's the truck team. Oliver wasn't exactly working for the docks. He technically worked for the department store uptown and got some commission from us for doing odd jobs. Even after business at the docks dried up, he talked to the folks at the department store to help us out. He did a lot for us. Usually he drove through the main gate and he would load the goods there too, so he was a good friend with old Thomas. Wait, I have a question. Didn't you say that the main gate can only be opened by pressing a button in the maintenance room? Then how did Derek come inside the docks? I heard that he came back around 7:10 and then found a body. Oh, Derek has an emergency key to open the gate by himself. Derek's job means that he often has to clock out later than we do. And he didn't want to make all Thomas wait for him all the time, so we gave Derek the emergency key we had. Derek White had the only emergency key since he often had to clock out later than the rest of the dock workers. If he was back around 7:10, I guess he wasn't that late today. You could say he was almost on time. Once it gets delayed, he could even come back around 9 or even 10. Okay, I understand. Alright, I'll continue. And the rest, the indoor team, consisted of Thomas, who dealt with all the paperwork in the maintenance room, Aaron, the chef, and Terry, the manager. Aaron is a chef, but once we started running short on hands, he started taking care of some other works too. Does he also have the kitchen key, if he's the chef? Oh, no. The kitchen key is kept in the maintenance room. So, if someone gets the key at the maintenance room, they could have brought the stew from the kitchen. Yeah, if we knew this would happen, we would have kept the key somewhere else. Who could have seen this coming? Don't be so hard on yourself. I'm sorry I interrupted. Please continue. Okay. Where was I? Oh, right, Terry. Aaron just does quality checks and packaging, and Terry takes care of the rest of the machines. Terry is the manager here, so we all gather around 7 for a daily review, then we get dinner and all go home. But for some reason, Terry didn't show up for the daily review. So we were looking for him, wondering where he went. Then we heard a large explosion coming from the warehouse. You found Terry Wilson there, didn't you? Yeah, he said he happened to find something about TCS's cipher there. The cipher? You mean the one on the newspaper? He came across it in the warehouse somehow and he was looking into it. And the fire hydrant just blew up. That's what Terry said. The fire hydrant exploded? Don't tell me you actually believe in that load of crap. No, nobody believes anybody here. We have stuck together through thick and thin. 2 of us are dead now, and this. He said he can't tell us what he did at the warehouse because we would all be pissed off. What was with that? Yeah, beats me how he could act like that in a situation like this. But that's just how Terry is. You could say he's a bit self-centered. Can I beat him up if he still doesn't talk when we're at the warehouse? No. Violence, please. I'll try to make him cooperate. Maybe a little bit of cozying up will help. Huh, I didn't know detectives had to cuddle suspects like that. Anyway, that's what the guys here work on. Other than the 3 dead people and Nail, the 4 of these people wouldn't have a good alibi. The traces I found in the quarters don't tell the full story. I need more information. I should go to the maintenance room where the second body was found to collect more information. Nail, I would like to go to the maintenance room now. Can you show me where it is? With pleasure. Well, we already did see it, didn't we? So, it was to the left. Yeah. So actually, that guy in a wheelchair wouldn't be able to go here because, well, he's in a wheelchair, right? Well, unless he can still walk, but very slowly. So that's still, well, interesting, you know? Selen, should I put the wire back where I found it? Oh, that would be nice of you. So this is where you found it. Right, I think it was somewhere around here. Right, Aaron? Yeah, that's right. Aaron came to the maintenance room first, after he found Oliver dead in the quarters. He noticed Thomas wasn't with us. Did you know that Thomas would be in the maintenance room? How would I know? He worked here, so I just figured he would be here. I see. I mean, that makes sense. Do your job. Stop asking stupid questions. Okay, I'll do that. He's afraid a little bit, I think. Okay, wire. Let's inspect that. And the wire was dropped on the floor just like that. Cardwell's name is carved into the handle. He's trying to let people know about himself just like he did with Connor Carter. He killed 3 grown-up men over a span of few hours. How is Cardwell even capable of doing something like this? I don't think that he is. He is using, well, his other accomplices, people. Maybe he was mad that the police spread misinformation. He would have realized by now that Ed Payne didn't kill Scarlet West. And decided to take matters into his own hands. I mean, it's true that the police are doing ridiculous things. They try to frame TCS for murdering Scarlet West too. But still, leaving critical evidence like this behind will get you caught in no time. If he didn't leave the wire here like this, or actually if he didn't use the same wire twice to murder Connor Carter and Thomas Stark, you still wouldn't have known that TCS was in disguise in the docks. No, that's not the important thing for Cardwell. He's just doing this to brag about how many people he can kill and taunt the police. But wouldn't he still be worried that he might be caught? Why would he? You said the cops couldn't arrest him for the last 10 years. I bet he's all cocky now, thinking that the cops will never get to him. Maybe. Maybe that's what 10 years on the run does to you. It's always difficult to understand what a criminal thinks like. It is what it is. Okay, so the Thomas Stark. The wound on the neck. It matches the pattern on the wire. The shape of the wound suggests the victim was choked from behind. There are traces of urine on the body's pants and the floor underneath his buttocks. I suppose it seeped out after his death. This means that Thomas Stark was killed right here instead of anywhere else. So, Thomas Stark didn't scream or resist all the while the murderer was carrying him all the way to the maintenance room. He had the flu. Maybe he was so sick that he couldn't even shout? But still, it would have been dumb luck for the criminal. He couldn't have known that his target had caught the flu. Maybe he was already poisoned by Datura and he was just getting worse and the killer just decided to do this quicker? Well, even if he didn't catch the flu, it wouldn't have been difficult for the Cardwell to take down an old man. I don't think carrying him here would have been very difficult. What I'm still not sure is the reason Cardwell took the risk of getting caught while carrying him all the way to the maintenance room and then kill him. Huh. So you're not sure why the murderer had to bring him here and then kill him, right? That's right. It would have been more reasonable to kill him with Oliver Frank at the quarters. What do you think, Ben? Do you have any idea why he might have done that? Huh. Maybe he wanted to stall anyone from finding the bodies? Or he might not have wanted the two bodies to be found in the quarters together? A body would be much heavier than a living person. What if he took him to the maintenance room while he was alive and then killed him? But that still doesn't make sense. If a body is much heavier, why didn't he use the wheelchair? It's much more convenient to use the wheelchair. And the dock workers wouldn't have found it, and that odd even if they ran into him. Huh. Maybe it has a symbolic meaning? I'm not sure. The victim murdered in the maintenance room and the wheelchair abandoned in the quarters. Something doesn't match up here, and it must mean something to the case. Maybe actually, well, the quarters he mentioned are wet. So maybe actually Thomas' body was, well, he was killed there. Well, he pissed himself. And that's why he had the floor was wet, because he cleaned it. Thus, after well killing him, he brought it up here, just rubbed the barbed wire there, and that's pretty much it. And only a very limited area here is, well, and well, I don't know, in piss, let's say so. So I think that might be the case. Yeah, front gate entry log. Is this the records that Neil mentioned, the one Thomas Sarr kept? So the only people who came inside the docks after 9 PM were two truck drivers. After 9 PM were two truck drivers? Well, I don't see anything after 9 PM because it just goes till 6 PM. What the heck? After Derek White left the docks at 10:58. Yeah, he didn't come back until the shift was over. And the last record is at 5:50 when Oliver Frank returned to the docks. Maybe he could have let Toby Palmer know after discovering Thomas was ill and took him to the quarters at 6 PM. He took meticulous records for a person who had the flu. Neil, do you think Thomas could have missed something while keeping these records? I don't think so. Old Thomas was an old man, but he was the most careful of all of us. He never made a mistake from what I remember. What about the handwriting? Are you sure it's his? The handwriting? What do you mean? Am I sure? I'm asking if you think someone could have tampered with the records and then made it look like the victim wrote it. I don't think that's very likely. The handwriting is the same to Thomas. Alright, so all of these records are completely true and to be trusted. Only Oliver Frank and Derek White came inside the docks through the main gate. Oliver Frank passed through the main gate around 5 times, but Derek White didn't pass through the main gate after he left in the morning, at least until the shift ended. Thomas Sarr kept this entry log. Okay, that's it for the crime scenes. Thomas Sark was murdered right here in the maintenance room. His pants on the floor underneath his buttocks were wet with urine. And I don't think it's likely that the body was moved to here after it was killed elsewhere, like the quarters. Okay, well, I was saying a different thing because, well, I don't know. Maybe she's correct. So the murderer carried an old man who had caught the flu on his back all the way here and then killed him? It is strange, but I'm guessing the murderer had a reason that Thomas had to be killed inside a maintenance room. Strange. Toby, are you sure you didn't see anything? I mean, you didn't see him carry the guy without a wheelchair. What? Why are you singling me out? None of you saw them because you were working. You work outside a building, so you're the most likely to have seen them. You have seen the murderer take him to the quarters at 6 on a wheelchair. So how couldn't you have seen him coming back? I don't always stay around the maintenance room. I went to clean the kitchen after I talked with Oliver. Stop fighting. I'm starting to piece together what happened. Really? Who's the murderer, Selen? It's too early to jump to conclusions. We still need to learn more about the explosion in the warehouse and what Terry has to say about it. Don't we have enough information already? What I did was irrelevant. What do you mean irrelevant? It's definitely not relevant. You're hiding something, aren't you? I'll go to the warehouse and find out more information, and then I'll be able to figure out who the murderer was. No. What's the matter with you? If you did something wrong, you can just tell us. So it really won't work that way, huh? We can't leave Neil here. Absolutely not. Now that we know one of us might be the murderer, nobody should act alone. I won't be acting alone. There's 2 detectives right here. Those 2 are too young. Hey, might I remind you that I'm also an adult? Alright. Well then, should we all head to the warehouse? Let's get going. The warehouse is to the right. It's the largest building. I should go to the warehouse to hear what Terry Wilson has to say and collect more information about the scene. Then I will be able to figure out who the murderer was. Sure, let's do it. I already inspected this, come on. Cool. I just then want to press the space a little bit too much so I don't trigger this again, so... Oh my god, Wait, move? No, not here. Probably it's far on the right. I think so. We'll see. Yeah, the warehouse is here. Is there anything else here? No. Okay, let's go to the warehouse. Cool. So, this is the warehouse. It's just as large as I thought. Here's where the explosion happened. It's right there, huh? What's this door? Why would there be a door inside the walls? You have never seen this door too. You didn't even know that it was there until the explosion took a part out of the wall. It's closed shut too. I see. So it was hidden. Huh. I wonder where it leads to. What? Why are you all looking at me? What do you mean why? You need to explain what you did here for an hour. Yeah. Now that the other guys are outside, it's time you told us what happened. What even is this door? I told you, I don't know. How would I know? Why did you blow up the wall then? I didn't blow up the wall. I tore off the fire hydrant cabinet door to get this. And then it blew up. These papers. Someone was trying to crack the cipher from the newspaper. Wait, there was a gun inside the fire hydrant? Why didn't you tell us about that? Because you would all go nuts on me if I told you I had a gun. Is this gun and the papers all yours, Terry? What? No way. I've never seen it until today. Then how did you know that it would be in the fire hydrant? So, well, I don't know what you're getting at. You're the most suspicious person here right now. No, listen to me. I'll tell you what happened. It was an accident. Huh, an accident? Who wanders off during a shift and accidentally opens a fire hydrant? That Connor. Connor? Are you talking about Connor Carter? The Glaucous member? I just did what his map said. See? Take a look at it. Is this the floor plan for this warehouse? The floor plan marks locations like a treasure map, and there's a scroll near the wall where the explosion happened that reads October 13, 6 p.m. Did Connor give you this floor plan? You could say that. But I've heard that Connor left the docks around 2 weeks ago. Can you tell me how exactly he found us? He just left it in one of the clothes he left at the quarters. Is that enough? Okay. You should have told the rest of us about it. That's right. Why did you keep it to yourself? And blow up the wall too. That It was because there might be drugs in here. I wanted to find it and report. Drugs? Man, if you thought there could have been drugs here, you really should have told us. I'm the manager, so I try to deal with dangerous things myself. When are you going to start making any sense? You're accusing me because of this? This has nothing to do with a murder. I was here around 6 p.m. looking through the warehouse. I have an alibi. Just because the floor plan said 6 p.m. doesn't mean that you were here at 6 p.m. too. What? You said the explosion happened at 7 p.m., didn't you? Wouldn't it be the case that you were busy murdering the 2 victims at 6 and you got here later than time? Here later than time? And you got here later than time? What the heck? Nonsense. Do I look like the type of person to kill people? One thing you look like for sure is that you're not very trustworthy. Not trustworthy? What can I even... If you want us to trust you, you should tell us the truth and only the truth. All lies have holes. I hope you don't believe that you can hide those holes. There was a reason why I didn't want Nail to tag along. So that you can kill the 2 and run away? What are you even talking about? Don't say things like that. I'm telling you, no funny business anymore. Phew, okay, I'll tell you everything. Don't kick off on me, alright? You told me to tell you the truth. Man, isn't this guy a nutcase? How did you guys even work with this guy? Beats me. We'll decide if we'll be angry or not after you tell us what happened. I pushed dope. Connor got a shipment and I sold them to others. Damn. What? Hey, you told me to tell you the truth, so I'm doing it. Don't scream at me. I was wondering where the drugs were being smuggled through, and it was you and Connor? How could you do that? You saw how the Glaucous fell. You saw it for yourself. You piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Whatever. I didn't kill anybody. Do you even know how much trouble Connor put me through? He set up all the deals and dips like that. Where the hell am I supposed to find the product? You had a problem because Connor, who was supposed to bring you the drugs, disappeared. Yeah, and all I have left was this map thing. That's the only thing I could do, or else they will kill me. And then suddenly the wall blows up, and they say 2 people have been killed. I'm going insane, man, and I'm a victim too. Best keep your mouth shut, you piece of shit. I'm not even joking. I really think I should beat some sense into him. When the case is solved, you will have to take responsibility for all of this. This wasn't what I expected, but one thing is for sure. Terry Wilson isn't the murderer. Right? I knew it. The detective is right. Huh. You said you wanted the cops. Selen, why do you think so? I honestly can't trust him anymore. There are 2 reasons why I think Terry Wilson isn't the murderer. Look here, in the floor plan. It doesn't tell anyone to open the fire hydrant door. Of course it does mark the time at 6 p.m., but there are other memos and marks on other parts of the warehouse too. I'm guessing that there might have been a device locked with the fire hydrant, and the floor plan was explaining how it can be unlocked properly. But Terry didn't really read through the floor plan, so that's why he came here at 6 p.m. to open the fire hydrant. Since it would have taken an hour to find the parts and the key to unlock the device, the explosion would have happened at 7 p.m. Right? That's exactly it. How did you know? It wasn't out of noble cause, but it does make it clear that Terry Wilson was here from 6 to 7. I don't think it would have taken an entire hour, at least looking at what the floor plan says. Hey, did you give it a shot? Did you? It took long, at least for me. And the second reason is? The second reason why I think he isn't the murderer is because Terry Wilson does not have a motive to kill Connor Carter. Well, he did say that Connor Carter disappearing gave him some trouble. What? Wait, what did you just say? Kill Connor? Connor? He died? What are you talking about? Oh, Come to think of it, you wouldn't know. You would have been inside the port all this time. Yeah, you're joking, right? He's dead? Dead? Connor Carter was found dead in an alleyway in the city around 5 p.m. today. He was killed with the same wire that killed Thomas Stark. Nonsense, no way. Terry, you said you were close with Connor Carter. Can you think of anyone who would have wanted to kill him? Anyone? Anyone who could have met with Connor Carter and killed him. I don't know, Connor. If I could have, I would have. Damn. So, other than Terry Wilson, the remaining suspects are Aaron Smith, Derek White, and Toby Palmer. None of those three were good friends with Connor, from what I remember. I got it, Aaron never got along with Connor, did he? That prick was a real clean freak. I'll tell you what, he picked fights saying Connor's dirty, he smells and whatnot. Was Aaron Smith really that obsessed with cleanliness? Cleanliness. Why the hell I can't pronounce this as well? Yeah, he was a real bastard, I'm telling you. He's a real piece of work. Wouldn't it have been more difficult to him secretly meet with Connor if they were on bad terms? Well, he could have blackmailed him. If Aaron Smith is the murderer, when did he leave the docks and come back? How would I know? If I knew that, I might as well be the criminal. So, is Derek the only remaining possibility? Did he really kill Connor? Yeah, he's the only one. We didn't have to spend this much time on this now, did we? I knew this would happen. I knew that goddamn ex-con would cause us some real trouble. What? Derek White is an ex-con? Shut up, Terry. Derek is not an ex-con. He was just briefly under questioning when a murder happened. You know he wasn't a murderer. You best not run your trap like that. Briefly under questioning? You seriously believe him? An idiot would, but I'm not. There must have been something off about him, and that's why they had him in for questioning. You said that too, didn't you? You also thought he did it. That's not because he's an ex-con, but because nobody else has left the docks. If you think Derek White could have killed Connor Carter because he was outside of the docks, wouldn't it make more sense if he somehow met and killed Oliver Frank, who was also a truck driver outside of the docks? It's strange that he would intentionally wait until Oliver came back to the docks and then killed him right in front of Thomas Stark. Well, maybe he didn't originally intend to kill Oliver Frank. He wasn't trying to kill Oliver Frank? Yeah, he must have wanted to kill Thomas, and suddenly Oliver appears and tries to take him away. So he must have chased after the two and killed both of them. But even if Derek really chased after Oliver, who was taking his target to the quarters, Derek could have easily killed Thomas while Oliver went to fetch a doctor. He would have been left alone. But why kill both people at the same time? That, I don't know. Well, maybe he was just a rash person. I have known Derek for more than 10 years. I've never thought of him as a rash person. If anything, he's too patient. Well, that's true, he was like that. But a murderer could have been hiding his true personality. Now that you mention it, the person who left the docks, what about Toby Palmer? Do you think there's a chance that he lied when he said that Oliver Frank took Thomas Stark to the quarters because he was ill? What? If he lied, then... If anyone else was the real murderer, it would have been difficult to not be noticed by Toby, who would have been patrolling around the maintenance room. But if Toby Palmer really did it, he could have left the docks when nobody was looking, or could even have killed Thomas Stark and Oliver Frank. Then he could have tampered with the scene and the entry log. And that poison Oliver took. Didn't Mary say that it will take a few hours after eating to die? It would not make a lot of sense to think that he would have died in an hour after eating the soup, at least if we are to believe Toby Palmer. But isn't Toby too young to be TCS? That's right, Toby is only 27. 10 years ago, he would only have been 17. He would have been too much young to be a serial killer or involved in the docks. What if he wasn't the only one involved and was actually working as an accomplice like Ed Payne? Well, if he had clear evidence that Toby Palmer was working under someone's orders, then maybe. Cardwell already had Ed Payne do a job that eventually went sour. Ben, you said something about Cardwell's motives just now. Maybe he was mad that the police spread misinformation. He would have realized by now that Ed Payne didn't kill Scarlett West and decided to take matters into his own hands. But still, leaving critical evidence like this behind will get you caught in no time. No, that's not the important thing for Cardwell. He's just doing this to brag about how many people he can kill and taunt the police. Since all of this is essentially him bragging, he would have done the job himself. That's a great explanation, but that also means that none of us did it. Yeah, detective, now what? You're saying he's not a murderer and he's also not, when we will know who the murderer was. What happened? You said you would be able to figure out who did it before you came here. Nail, nobody has seen what was in Oliver Frank's truck in front of the maintenance room, right? His truck? Well, yeah, we didn't have a good reason to open it. I knew it. I would like to take a look at the truck. And I would also like to take the others who are waiting outside too. I think it would be good if I could also tell them what happened. That's fine, but do you think you're done here? Yeah, Cardwell's identity is our priority. Okay, if we're done here, we should go back. The truck is parked right in front of the maintenance room. I collected all the evidence related to the murders at the docks. It's time to reveal the truth. I should go back to the maintenance room to regroup with the rest of the Glaucous members and inspect Oliver Frank's truck. Okay, but... Okay, we're not investigating this area. Okay, understood. Unfortunately, well, I wanted... I don't know, to check something out, but I guess we're not doing that. So are we going... Oh, here I guess. Are you done looking through the warehouse? I am. I'll give you a lowdown on who the real murderer was after we look at Oliver Frank's truck together. The truck? I don't think there's much there. What did Oliver usually carry in his truck? Frozen food deliveries for the department store. We loaded here and he drives it there. Oliver came back today at 5:50 and he, well, you know, there shouldn't be any cargo on the truck. Frozen food. So this truck is a refrigerated car. When did you start working with Oliver? You mentioned he wasn't employed by the docks. Oliver, he started working with us after the department store opened. So that's this January. I see. Then that's when all of this started. The murderer's plan. What? That truck's locked. We should check the body pocket for a key. I think the murderer took the key. Seeing what's inside the truck will let us know who the real murderer is. Are you sure? Why didn't you idiots think of opening it? Don't call us idiots, prick, like you thought of opening it. Step aside, I'll pry it open with a tool. Cool. So Derek's the cool guy. Maybe he's not the murderer. Ah, the smell. What? What is this? The stench. Let's see what in here. What is in here? Oh, okay. So large box, a large and particularly long box. I guess an adult man would easily fit in here, yes? This plastic wrap must have been drenched in some full liquid. Yeah, I'm thinking that's where the stench comes from. What else? Baking soda? Baking soda? I don't think we have it here in the docks. Why don't you open the lid? Ew. Looks like someone put in their hands after touching something dirty, right? Since baking soda can take away smells, someone could have rubbed their hands in it too to remove the smell of blood or get rid of the body stench. Huh. I don't think that would work though. How can you get rid of rotting body stench just by pouring some baking soda? Of course, the baking soda only helps. The body would have been kept intact using a much more effective way. Oh, there's something else? Well, there's actually not. So, before I reveal the truth behind this case, there's something that the three of you who didn't go to the warehouse should know. Connor Carter, your colleague who left the docks 2 weeks ago, he was found dead in an alley in the city around 5 in the afternoon today. What? He was choked with a wire. The pattern on the wire was identical to Thomas Stark's wound. This means that the murderer first choked Connor Carter to death outside the docks, and then came in here to choke Thomas Stark to death using the same tool. What? But how? That doesn't make sense. None of us went outside the docks today. No, there was one person. There was someone who could leave the docks at will straight through the main gate. If Derek White didn't do it, then... That's right, I'm talking about Oliver Frank, who drove this refrigerated truck. But Oliver's dead, he's a victim. Of course, Oliver Frank was also killed by the murderer. But it's also true that the murderer went in and out of the docks using this truck. Are you saying that the murderer and Oliver were both on the truck? Yes, I think it will be easier to understand if you know where both of them were on the truck. First, the murderer would have been on... cargo bay? No, this is not where... Thinking that the truck is refrigerated and that the murderer is a master of disguise, the answer is... driver's seat? And Oliver Frank would have been on passenger seat. No, this is not... The Glaucous didn't realize the murderer was in disguise. Thinking as to why that was, the answer is cargo bay? The murderer drove the truck and the victim Oliver Frank was in the refrigerated cargo bay. What? Where these two people were on the truck is where the Glaucous serial killing started. Wait, it's too sudden, I don't get it. I don't get it myself. Why was Oliver in the cargo bay? Well, in the refrigerated section. Simply put, Oliver Frank, as you knew him, was the murderer in disguise. The corpse found in the dormitory is the real Oliver Frank, who died a long time ago. Okay, that makes sense why. Now I understand. Okay, so someone was in disguised as Oliver. And, well, that's why the truck was locked and why there was plastic wrapped in the truck. So Oliver was basically kept there the whole time. How does that even make sense? Cardwell, the murderer, he was a master of disguise. What? He is said to be so good at disguising himself that nobody actually knows his real face. That is probably why you didn't realize something was strange about Cardwell, because you would only have seen him in disguise after he stole the identity of a dead person. The sunglasses would have been a way to minimize the unfamiliarity. That's... How could we expect that? So all their friendship was all fake. We thought he was our friend. That prick, I've never even talked to him properly, he only spends time at the entrance. If I just looked at him in the face once, I could have seen through it. The truck answers how the murderer could have found Connor Carter, who had been missing for 2 weeks. How he could have killed 3 people over a half a day. The answer is clear. According to the person who first found the corpse, Connor Carter was laying on top of the sewer grates and a tarp was covering his body up. The reason was because Connor Carter's body was frozen once and then thawed. So Connor Carter had already been dead when he went missing? I think so. He was frozen as soon as he died. By the time his body thawed, it would have been impossible to tell when he died. The murderer covered the half-thawed body with a black tarp so that it would absorb heat and get warmer. And the water coming from the thawing body would drop into the sewer. The corpse wouldn't be discovered too early if it was left somewhere quiet with a tarp covering it, and it would have smelled that bad if the murderer treated the body with something like formalin. All the murderer had to do was pick the right time to drop the body off. But how? He froze the body. Then what happened to the other two? They were killed inside the docks. It's simple. Just like Connor Carter's case, the murderer used the safest way possible to kill them. What happened after the murderer left the body in the alley and came back to the docks on the truck was cool. Again, a little bit in Japanese, in Korean probably. Sorry. Okay, I want to check still what is written there. The truth about voodoo serial murders. Okay, that's interesting. So select a kill. What the heck? Why is this happening? Okay. Truck. So reconstruct what happened in the scene. The dead body of Oliver Frank was pulled out of the truck. Yes. They placed the body. Wait. Yeah. They placed the corpse in a wheelchair and transported it to the slaughterhouse, pretending it was sick with the flu. Yeah, that's possible. Maintenance room. He strangled Thomas Stark to death in the control room. They left behind a bowl of soup and bottle of poison to make it look like he had been poisoned. So I think this will be one of the last ones. What about the warehouse? I was hiding? What? I was hiding when the explosion happened at 7 o'clock. I took advantage of the gap in attention and moved. So you're saying quarters probably is this one and moved. Like escaped? Maybe that's what it's either. Well, he used this attention to escape or to start doing stuff. Okay, so I still have these three, and I don't remember exactly how it was with this maintenance room. Come on, Thomas Stark neck in the. He strangled Thomas Stark to death in the control room. That's probably this one, this one, this one. I'm not sure, but no. Okay. How it could have been is the. Wait, the fifth one? Oh my god, I don't know what the hell is happening here. This one here then. Moving the body. Which one was it? Damn, it's so bad when it's all in the Japanese, like in Korean, sorry. I hate this bug. They placed the body and... Oh my god, I don't remember which one was it. Okay, so I think this one should be like the second one. Wait, and what was the... Cancel? What was the maintenance thing? Clark was murdered, that's what I'm getting. He strangled Thomas to death in the control room. Here. I have no clue. Damn, why it's in Korean. Can I cancel just everything? Because I have no clue where everything is. Oh my god, let's just translate that as well, I guess. Okay. He hid and moved while the attention was focused on an explosion that occurred at 7. They placed the body in a wheelchair and moved it to the lodging. Wait, so this should be it. And this one, I don't know. Let's try with this. Oh my god, that's just so bad. Wait, I do have everything now there. Pretty much here. I mean, on from 1 to 5, I could try to reorganize everything bit by bit. So, the first one is currently selected. The warehouse. He hid and moved while the attention was focused on the explosion that occurred at 7. But wait, no one's... Thomas Clark kept entry log until he died. Okay, the second one is the thought body of Oliver Frank was removed from the truck. Yeah. They placed the body in the wheelchair and moved it in the lodging, pretending it was someone with the flu. The thought body of Oliver was removed from the truck. Well, wait. Let's go with explosion happened. The thought body was removed from the truck. They placed the body in a wheelchair and moved it into the lodging, pretending it was someone with the flu. Thomas Stark was strangled to death in the control room. Wait, maybe everything actually started with Thomas being strangled. Thomas Stark was strangled to death in the control room. Oh, I moved the wrong one. He left behind a bowl of soup and a bottle of poison to make it look like he had been poisoned. Yeah, so firstly he was strangled, then the truck, moving it there, leaving poison and an explosion. Let's try this. Yeah, cool. A little bit easier when you at least understand what's written is written in English, right? Yeah. So, after the murderer returned with the truck at 5:50, he went inside the maintenance room without nobody suspecting a thing. Like usual, Thomas Stark opened the door as he saw his colleague, Oliver Frank, returning. As soon as he found out that there was only the two in the maintenance room, the murderer choked Thomas Stark with the wire from behind. There's no way an old man could have mounted a meaningful resistance. Thomas Stark was killed like that, and it would have been quite easy for the murderer. Quite easy? Then what did Toby see? As soon as he finished his first step, he started moving on to the next part of his plan. That plan was to misdirect Toby Palmer, who would be coming to the maintenance room around 6 p.m. for his daily cleaning job. Then, what I saw at 6 p.m., Toby, the old man you saw sitting on the wheelchair. The old man Toby saw at 6 p.m. was... I think it was actually... Well, wait, was that? Oliver Frank. When the murderer... Wait, and what's that? When the murderer used to make it look like... So was... Oliver Frank's corpse. And... What? That the murderer used to make it look like so was... I don't know, Oliver Frank's corpse and wheelchair? Yeah, okay. That was just too straightforward. It wasn't Thomas Dark who should have been on the wheelchair, but Oliver Frank, who would have been long dead by now. The murderer took out the real Oliver Frank's body from the truck and put him on the wheelchair. And then, using his specialty disguising, he laid a blanket on the body and put a wig on to make him look like an old man who had caught the flu. Then that means I saw a corpse. Hey, vomit over there. Since it was getting late and it was getting darker, it would not have been easy to sort out who you were looking at. And that's how Oliver Frank's body was left in the quarters with the wheelchair. So it wasn't that Thomas Stark was taken from the quarters to the maintenance room. Only his wheelchair was moved to the quarters. The water around Oliver Frank's body was also there because the body was thawing. And we just fell for it, thinking that the murderer poured a bucket of water to destroy any evidence. Even if it was a trap, it was a good trap. Since Toby saw the two, it would not have been easy to even start imagining that someone was in disguise or the body was frozen. Anyway, afterwards the murderer stayed away from attention from the other Glaucous, took the soup from the kitchen, laced it with poison, and manipulated the scene so that it looked like the victim was poisoned. And then he was hiding somewhere unnoticeable for a while when the explosion happened at 7 p.m. He could have run anywhere. So, leading Terry Wilson into blowing the wall up was also part of the plan? I would think so. The murderer must have needed a way to leave the docks after committing all the murders. Then, the murderer's long gone? Derek, you said you came in through the main gate around 10 past 7. Was the main gate opened or locked? It was locked. I'm sure I had to use the emergency key. Derek was the only one who had an emergency key, and otherwise to open and close the main gate, the button in the maintenance room has to be used. Is that correct? That's right. I'm the only one who can open the main gate with a key. That means, if the murderer left the docks through the main gate, by the time Derek was back, the gate must have been open. If someone unlocks and leaves through the main gate, there is no way to lock the main gate from the outside. This means that the murderer hasn't left the docks yet. He's still here. Why is he still here? What more business does he have? If he decides to still be here, of course, it's going to be because he is going to kill more people. His crime spree isn't over yet. Selen, can you think of a place where he could be hiding in right now? Well, I'm guessing. Hey! Aaron! He's gone! What? But how? Aaron was right here. With us. What? Aaron's gone. Damn, we left our guard down for a second. Did the murderer take Aaron? How could we, even if we were busy trying to piece together what happened? There's no way we couldn't have noticed that. I think Aaron's the murderer then. Well, yeah, he was trying to blame others in the beginning. He might be the murderer. He looks a little bit like Foster with this haircut, right? So Aaron ran away on his own? But why? Oh crap. The gun's gone. The murderer took the gun. What are you talking about? Terry, did you have a gun on you? So I found it in that warehouse and when Terry blew up the wall, he found a gun with other traces of someone trying to break the code. He hid it from you because he didn't want to appear suspicious. What? Hiding things like that only makes things worse. What were you thinking? But the important thing right now is that Aaron Smith is gone with a gun. What's happening then? What should we do? What if the detective made a mistake? What? If I made a mistake? Then you're saying Aaron Smith was the murderer? Or at least had something very suspicious about him? And ran away with a gun while we were distracted? I knew it. I told you. Aaron did it. Then Aaron Smith was Cardwell. Let's go and seal off the docks. Then let's call the cops. What seal? Cardwell isn't an idiot. By the time we go to get the cops, he would have been long gone on a boat. But there's not much we can do. What if someone gets shot while we're all spread out trying to look for him? Detective, what's your answer to Neil's question just now? Do you think you can figure out where the murderer might hide right now? Somewhere Cardwell might have hid inside the docks. Hey, the detective blew it, big time. Why ask her another question? Let it go already, can't solve our problems. How old are you, you goddamn baby? You think that's the right thing to tell us after all we have done for you? You're just a goddamn junkie dope pusher who tried to stab your friends behind their backs. Stop, that's enough. I get you're angry. And I am too, but we should discuss it between ourselves. Yeah, it's not something that I should be saying. I'm sorry. Huh, goddamn prick. You're the same. If you don't know what the problem is and don't know how to solve it, keep your mouth shut. I don't think this happened because the detective made a wrong deduction. But Ben, even I can be sure that my deductions are right. Selen, I don't know what the other guys think, but I understand your deduction. The trick using the refrigerated car and disguises. If someone asks me if anyone else can discover half as much of the truth in this case as you did, my answer is a resounding no. But if there is one thing we forgot to account for is that this case is not over yet. Yeah, I might not have been wrong. It was a deduction that could explain the 3 murders without any apparent contradictions. Like how TCS's crime spree is not over yet. My deduction was still incomplete, and all I have to do is to fill in the blanks. Selen, think about it. Where could have Cardwell gone? Where do we need to go to find him? The gun Terry Wilson found after following what the schematics said. This is the only place where Aaron Smith could have run away or hid with that gun. Inside the factory, mysterious door in the warehouse. Yeah, it's the mysterious door in the warehouse probably. Where the murderer led Terry Wilson to and where the gun was found. That door withstood an explosion and it's locked. Cardwell must have ran there. Damn. We should have gotten it opened when we went to take a look at it. It's the perfect place to run, just like Selen said. Let's go there right away. Oh, wait, he had a gun. Yeah, and we can get that door open. There might be another bomb. I have a gun too. If you can't trust us, go call the cops or something. Go tell them that we found Cardwell, TCS. No, please, just stay here. If that wall blows up again, you're both dead. Toby, Derek, you two go and get the cops. Calm down and tell the police to get here right away. Neil, the detective here. The detective, her assistant, and I will be going to the warehouse. Derek, are you going to be alright? I'll be going with you too. But, Aaron Smith, I need to see that brick's real face for once. The disguises, the truck. He choked a defenseless old man who couldn't even walk. He saw us for idiots. I'll get him, and I will make him pay. He's right. We need to find where Cardwell is. This might be our last chance to take him down before he runs away. Selen, we can pick up from here. You could go to the police office with those two. Huh? No, I'm going to. I need to finish my deduction. And wouldn't we need a detective to figure out how to get a door that would stand an explosion unlocked? I agree. Neil and I can't work out puzzles like that. Yep, you're right. We're not the brightest tools in the shed. I'm sorry that we have to drag you into this, but a detective like yourself would be very helpful. Wait, what about me? My wisdom is also on offer? I don't remember you helping us that much, except for being the detective's assistant. How can you help us? That's funny a little bit. Ben, I don't know why you keep trying to scare me off, but I'm going. Talking to me like this is a waste of time. My deduction didn't include anything about the explosion at the warehouse or the hidden door. Something we don't know yet might be behind it. Okay, I understand. Let's get going. We don't have any time to waste. Yeah, if Cardwell used a special way to open that locked door, we could do it too. Let's go to the warehouse and check for traces around the door. Yeah, let's do that, definitely. So this is where we get to solve some more puzzles, I guess. So this is the warehouse, yep. That's why we didn't inspect the area previously, but that's strange also at the same time. We inspected all the other places thoroughly though, so yeah, that's weird. Aaron, where the hell are you? You better come out now. Hey, what if he actually does come out and start blasting at us? I don't think he's where we can see. I guess we would have to open this door. Won't budge. Maybe there's something that would unlock this nearby. Look, that panel there looks suspicious. Do you think we could open it? Huh, that's a weird looking screw. I don't think I could turn it with a normal screwdriver. If it's a weird looking screw, we should definitely open it up. Let's see if there's the right screwdriver here. It might be somewhere in the warehouse. If we want to look through the warehouse, we should turn on the emergency generator at the security room. The electricity went out after the explosion that happened at 7. Terry Wilson, he's really not helping us here. Where's the security room? See that shipping container there? That's the security room. I should head to the security room to power on the emergency generator and look for clues to open the door. Okay, so elevator backside, elevator control console, security room. Security room desk? What? So we have to solve puzzles to basically get the electricity back? Maybe let's start with this. I think I could turn on the emergency generator now, but I need a key. Where could it be? Thomas used to manage the keys. We need to look for them then. Okay, what's the security room desk here? Sheet music? I didn't expect to find the sheet music here. Sheet music? Let me see. It looks like a psalm. Huh. Really? You think this is a psalm? I think Ben has something to tell me about this. A strange piece of sheet music. Ben seems to have something to say about this. A safe with chessboard? There's a wooden safe on the desk. Maybe there could be something inside? Derek, was this safe always here? I'm not sure. I guess old Thomas liked to play chess though. The chessboard here. This probably isn't normal chess. There are 8 queens. The crown-shaped magnet is the queen. What's wrong with having 8 queens anyway? Queens can move vertically, horizontally, and diagonally on the board. Since it's a strong piece, only 1 queen should be on the board, on each side. I guess a pawn could be promoted, but still. Even if there are 8, the 2 already on the board are stuck together. I don't think we could move them. No queen can threaten other queens. Could this be a hint? So I need to move a queen so that it does not interfere with other queens. Interesting. Huh. Well, let's place one here. Let's try to do so. Wow. Never did something like this. Interesting puzzle. I don't know, here? 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 Yeah, the last one is, the few last ones will be a little bit troublesome, I guess. Well, I'm just wondering if I should be placing it. Where was it? Here. Yeah, here's okay. What about the last piece? Here. Gotcha. I knew it. That was the 8 queens puzzle. And there's a key and a spray can inside. A paint remover and a spray can. This could be used somewhere around here. Okay. A key that operates the emergency generator console. A spray of can? Interesting. I'm done here. Cool. Yes, so let's inspect this. I think I could turn. Where could it be? Thomas used nail. Would this work? It was inside the safe. Oh, that's the right one. That's the power console key. Great. It felt like it should do something here. So that means that the murderer left the safe here too. We could turn on the lights inside now. Okay, cool. I think we could look inside now. Yeah, but what's this? Mysterious device. Excuse me, do you know what this box is? Nail, what's this? I'm not sure. Was it here all this time? Do the two of you come inside the warehouse often? No, we're too busy and nothing really takes us here. That's a problem. I hope it isn't like a dangerous device the murderer set up. If the murderer left it here, we must get it opened. I hope it doesn't like blow up. I'll take a look first, stand back. Huh. I think we need to get this unlocked, but I can't see a handle or a lock on the outside. One thing though, the panels with arrows on them are fixed, but the ones with clovers are not. The arrows are fixed, but the clovers aren't? Anyway, simply touching it won't do anything. If the panels can be manipulated, it means that it corresponds to something. So those are like locked, right? So, but this goes here, here. It's like, I guess it has to point out like an arrow. Then this one basically goes in circle. This here, here. This one goes here then. Here. What now? Here, here, here. Here, here. So this one would go just in circles. So I guess we should go here. This one goes up. Well, yeah, down here and here. Wait, that's not it? That's not the logic behind this? Huh, I'm not sure. Let's check it out later, I guess. So, stairs, I can move upstairs. Interesting. Utility room. TV. Nail, the cabinet underneath the TV. It looks really odd. What's this panel doing here? Well, we have never really used the cabinet underneath. I think it was somewhere we would store things. It would be good if I could open it and see what's inside. I think we enter a 4-letter password to the panel in the center. I think you could use the remote control to do that. I don't know what the password is though. I'm sorry. Well, use the remote to escape the maze. So, you Glucose boys like to play games like this? Of course not. I've never even seen this before. A game, so we're meant to escape the maze, right? I will need a remote to control it. So we need the remote. And it's not here, I guess. Utility room desk. Don't be afraid, my friend. A piano? Is this yet another thing the murderer brought? Never seen this before, I guess. Yeah, I've never seen this before. Nobody here has time for this either. The slit says, don't be afraid, my friend. Would this make a sound? Yeah. Ben, what are you doing? I mean, don't you get drawn to it naturally? It's a piano. Now it's not the time for games. Hey, don't be so mad, at least we know that it actually works. Yes, we did, but if the murderer brought that piano here, there should have been a good reason to, like the safe at the security room. Well, there was... I don't have it anymore. I thought I made a copy or something. There were, like, the notes downstairs. Remote? There's a remote control? I guess it controls the TV next to it. Okay, so we have the remote control. So we can control it down. Right, down. It's 2. Where are we going? Here. 7. And what's this actually? 1, 2, 7, 1. Two, 7, 1, 5. That's strange. I'm at the destination. Why won't anything happen? 2715. Is that TV broken? Maybe the screen froze. Why now? Oh, or maybe the screen itself is supposed to mean something. 2715. Yeah, so 2, 7, 1, 5. No? Well, that's a 2, 7. I don't know about this one, but this is definitely a 5. I input the wrong colors. Okay, so this is yeah, 7, but this has to be 5. That one has to be 1, and this one has to be 2. It's open, so the answer was to match up the numbers on the screen with the color. What's this? Why did the murderer hide it here? What was he thinking? Let's take it to the fuse slot. Okay, and what's this? What is this disc used for? I don't know, but since it was hidden with the fuse, it might be useful. Okay, I'm done here. Okay, well, we will need the utility, definitely. Move, elevator control console. So that's it. Operate. The power won't turn on and it won't work. Okay, Derek. Hey, Derek, can I ask you a question? I don't see why not. What's your question? Aaron Smith, a closer in about the past. Well, I don't think that's useful actually. Okay, let's go down. Oh, we can move into the security room. Oh, I was here previously. What do we need? Elevator backside. Nail, what's this here? What's this? Derek, did you know it was here? Wait, you didn't know either? I think it was covered with a notice or something. I didn't know there was a hole behind. There's a chain and a box with a handle in this space. They won't budge. I don't think I can get it out of here. Why is this an elevator? Why is this in an elevator? I don't think either Nail or Derek seems to know why. I think I should pull it out and look what's inside. I wonder how I could lift up the box inside. Huh. We would have to move the elevator, I guess. Let's inspect the secret door. I would like to open this metal panel, but I need a screwdriver that fits the screws. I should see if there's something like that in the warehouse. Okay. Can we move this? Oh, what? Someone pulled out all of the fuses. So we would have to plug in some fuses in these holes. Yeah, this was why the elevator was turned off. Could have been the murderer. Huh. I wonder why the murderer had to make the elevator unusable though. Well, maybe the murderer hid something important on the second floor and that's why he's trying to stop us from going there. We could take the stairs instead of the elevator if we're trying to get to the second floor. There must be a reason why the power was cut from the elevator. Hey, the elevator would work again if I plug in the fuse here, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if there are any spare fuses around though. I should find some fuses and plug them in. Well, I have one. Good. One fuse plugged in and one more to go. Should I talk to him? Ben, I need to ask you something. Would that be alright? Well, you can always ask me anything. Go ahead. Identity about the sheet music. You saw the sheet music on the table, right? Was there something off about it? You looked like you were thinking about something. Oh, that, I would say it's a bit odd. It looks like a psalm, but look closely at the number on the top left. See how it says 666? Oh, yeah, I do. It's weird that they should write 666, all numbers, on a sheet music for a psalm. I see what it says at the bottom of the title, a psalm for XXXXX. That's very ominous subtitle. I don't even think this psalm is real. Anyway, you know a lot about psalms, Ben. Well, it's nothing special. Anyway, even if I didn't know much about it, I still would have noticed how the melody and the lyrics are strange. Really? What's so strange about it? In the first line it says, a gentlest our friend, but at the end it says glory under afraid of him. Under afraid of him? The part where it says don't fall, I believe, is also weird. Not the right attitude for a believer, you would say. Now that I think of it, it is weird. What did you mean by the melody, by the way? Well, you could play it back in your head, couldn't you? Play it back in my head? I'm not a musical person, it seems. Well, anyway, that's what I think. I would say this is particularly malicious work. If Ben would describe it like that, I guess this couldn't be a normal music. Why was it left on the desk here? Do you have any more questions? No. Amazing how it doesn't show me the notes. Wait, previous, oh, next page, okay. that might be on me. So, hymn after something. Jesus, gentlest our friend, should be might and power and fall, my belief, glory under, afraid of him. Amen. Don't be afraid, my friend. Well, I know from all the lyrics that's what I have to say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my, I don't remember how the notes are done. I have to Google that. So what I do have is I have D, so this will be 2, don't is D, B is E, so it's nearby, it should be this one, it's the third one. Then I have afraid is a G, it's here, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have my, which is a B, which is here. So this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. And I have a friend, which is D again. So it's second again. I think so. I have no clue actually, because, well, let's try with that, because this note looks a little bit different. So it's 2, 3, 5, 7, 2. Yes, oh my god, there was a fuse underneath the lid. Why did the murderer hide it here? Let's take it to the fuse slot. Okay, cool. I'm done here. Yeah, I definitely am. Cool. That I solved it. I had to take notes on my notebook. Which isn't that usual. So, the second one here. Neil, I got the 2 fuses plugged in. Really? Give me a second, I need to close this first. Right, good, the lights are on. Pressing this button will let us use the elevator. Yeah, I don't know if it's any of use right now, but still. Wait, so it's... let's make it go down? Can I go inside? Wait, let's go inside again. Wait, there's... well, wait. Let's make it go down. Can I open this, inspect this? I can, but there's no use for me to do this now. Okay, so if it goes up, I can only operate it. Yeah. Wait, there was a storage room here? Okay, I didn't know that. Wow, great. So, we have a window here. Was this window always painted like this? No, this looks like a prank. Do you think it was the murderer? Why do this on the window? Maybe he had something to cover up? Derek, do you think we could remove this paint? If we have a paint remover, yes. paint remover. Do you have it here? The remover is a sky blue spray. Can with a clever shaped emblem on it. I don't think it's here though. A sky blue can with a clever shaped emblem. Could that be it? Yeah, I do have it. So the clever always points to the left. I guess this is it. The clever has an arrow pointing to the left hand side. The left, and this clever, I have seen this before. Amazing. So that's why I was not able to solve the other puzzle. Steel cabinet. I hope I find something more useful here. Lock? A lock? I should keep it for later. Okay, and a shard with emblem. What is this for? I don't know, but I guess it will be useful later. I'm done here. Okay, cool. So now... Oh yeah, we have to leave. We can finally solve this thing right here. So if it always points to the left, right, this one. Alright. Yeah, it goes down. Then it should go down again. Yes. Then down again. Yes. And then it should point there. Okay. Then there again. Good. Then there. And like this. Oh, a screwdriver. It's open. Phew. Thank God it wasn't a bomb. And this is a screwdriver. Right, it's a screwdriver with an odd end. Right, let's see if that screwdriver can undo the screw on that panel next to the door. Cool. I'm done here. Okay, nice. We got everything basically. Just, we can lock this and we can now use the elevator, right? So it should be now on the second floor. Logically thinking, I don't know, let's just check it out. Yeah, oh, I don't know what I did here, but... Okay. Should I be, well, amending it? Some other pieces are moving when I do move it. For now, what can we do with this panel? Right, if I turn the screws with the screwdriver, well, I think I can manage that, but I guess I will need... That work, the screws are done. What's this? Long slot inside here. Looks like a lever should go there. I think so too. Couldn't we use a stick to pull it instead? I'm thinking we'll need the right tool. Maybe the lever is hidden somewhere here, just like the screwdriver. Maybe this panel will let us open the door. It should be hidden for a reason. Yeah, okay, I do need to solve that thing, right? And... wait, maybe it's down now. So... let's check. Yeah, no, that's not how it works, huh? Okay, let's try the elevator then, upstairs. And let's move it down. Yeah, let's solve this box somehow. Wait, I did solve it, okay. Okay, I thought I will get stuck here a little bit some more, but okay. So, we got the lever. And I cannot move? What the heck, seriously? Oh my god, I finally can move. Wow, I can't believe this. Finally, thank you. I did this like 2 times already. I was so frustrated. So this is where the lever should go. I hope it fits in. Good, it's in place. All that I have to do now. Wait, Selen. Ah, you startled me. Nail, what's wrong? Is there a problem? Are you sure that that's not another trap? What? Another trap? Terry also said that he opened the fire hydrant like the schematic told him to, and then it exploded. Are you saying this could also be a trap? We don't know who or what's behind this door. It could be Aaron Smith or a pile of bombs. Well, you do have a point there. But shouldn't we still pull the lever somehow? Then let's use this rope. At least we won't die instantly if we use it to pull the lever from far away. Ah, right. You brought the rope from the warehouse, I see. That's a good idea. Let's hide behind that box and pull the lever from there, just in case. Okay. Right, ready? No explosions, I think. That's a relief. Is the door open? I heard a huge noise. I'll open it just in case. Stay back, everyone. So I wonder how long was the rope that they, well, succeeded here. Mysterious space. Okay, let's check this out. It's really dark in here. See if you can find a switch or a light. It should be nearby. Ugh. What was that? Aaron Smith, is that you? That's Payne, right? Wait, this voice. Ares. 4, the Greater. At Payne. At Payne? Wait, the device on his head. I've seen it somewhere. How? Where is Aaron Smith? Oh my god. Hey, look down there. My god, this is Aaron Smith. Aaron wasn't the murderer? This is Ed Payne's move. Step aside. Stop right there. Where do you think you're going? What? I shot him in the leg. How is he still running? Damn, Selen, I'm sorry, but I need to go after him. Do you think you will be okay? Something's wrong with Ed Payne. Wrong or not, I need to go. I'm sorry, I have to leave you with the body. No, that's alright, but... Hey, I'll go with you. I know how this place is laid out. Let's go. Selen, stay safe. Yeah, you too, Ben. Nail, take care of her. They're both gone. You said that was Ed Payne. Where even is he? It's a serial killer Ben is chasing after. He broke out from jail and came all the way to Summerset. Is he behind all this? I'm not sure. I think he did kill Aaron Smith. Ed Payne always mangled his victim bodies beyond recognition, but none of the other bodies so far were like that. Will we never find out why Aaron ran here? We can't ask him ourselves. But maybe we'll find some clues if we investigate. Investigate? You have some nerves. I'm here as a detective. I need to see this through. The hidden room in the warehouse, and Aaron Smith who was just murdered by Ed Payne. I need to find anything in this room that will tell me what happened. I should see if anything sticks out. Damn. Oh, bed? Sure, let's inspect it. Looks like an old probably... It looks old and probably was brought from somewhere else, but it's still very neat. It's not just the bed, the newspaper clippings on the wall are all laid out very neatly. There's simply no dust on anything here. He must have taken care of the things here regularly. It's probably Aaron who took care of these things regularly. Yeah, there's nothing else here, just the body. Aaron Smith, he was brutally murdered by Ed Payne. The gun wasn't enough, it seems. It takes a long time to open the door, and it was dark when the lights were off. If Ed Payne was waiting for him inside the door and ambushed Aaron Smith. But how did he get in here and when? The clues left in the scene could let me deduce that. So we have a bunch of knives. Ed Payne's MO. Ed Payne's signature move is destroying the bodies beyond recognition. He usually used knives to kill people so far. These are all Ed Payne's knives. They're bloodied so much. He must have used to destroy the bodies and threw it away when the edges became dull. Okay. Ticket with knife stuck in it. This knife, it's very different from the ones around here. It has an expensive looking ornament on it, and the handle is clean. The tip of the knife is the only place it has any blood on. And this golden ticket is stuck with the knife. Kelvin Foster? First class ticket. God's little lamb shall be led onto a train. Destination? Kelvin Foster. Who could have done this? What is this ticket supposed to mean? Damn, what the heck? Wound. There are so many knife cuts on his body. He was ambushed by Ed Payne, but the person who killed the other 3 people was not him. Why did Aaron Smith come here to be murdered? And how did Ed Payne wait in this room knowing that his target will come to him? That's a good question. I think I'm done here. Okay, so are we inspecting something else? Nope. What the heck? Oh. But I can't inspect. Oh, I can. I just have to move towards them. Okay, bags. There are a lot of suitcases. Let's see what's inside. Selen, if you're trying to see what's in those bags, I'll help. Oh, thanks. There are a lot of suitcases. Sunglasses, hats, wigs, cosmetics. Is this a beard? Why would anybody need this much cosmetics? I've never seen so much either. Not even Scarlet West had this much, to be honest. Let's see, this bag is full of clothes and shoes. A lot of different size shoes, and suits and aprons and all sorts of colors. These are all used for disguises. I guess he didn't disguise as a woman at least. These clothes are all male clothes. Okay. So, but who is it? Was it Aaron? Wait, I already inspected the bed, yeah. So, the desk? The desk is organized neatly, and what is this in the corner? The cigarette case. It's the same one I saw in Samantha's mayor's bag. It's empty, but it's definitely Hamal, Paratus Dextra made. And what's inside this box? These are all letters. Let's see what they say in chronological order. How have you been? Here's a rundown on the current situation for Paratus Dextra. Brucewick said Cardwell is a traitor to Paratus Dextra, and this letter makes it sound like Cardwell was working for an organization other than Paratus Dextra. Does this mean that Cardwell has been a spy for the last 10 years? The leaders here are as good as dead. Tony, the Hawk, aka the Scorpion, has been poisoned to death. All heads of the 4 major families are all dead. These folks have their own suspicions, but they don't know for sure, and unfortunately this means that my safety here is being threatened. I suppose I am under suspicion because I am one of the few members who knows how to manufacture the Datura poison. I knew it. Cardwell knew about the Datura poison. The Datura poison, guess Paratus Dextra tried to keep it a secret, since it was a powerful weapon. This is why I was not able to rendezvous with the informant you sent for earlier. I'm sending this letter from Roadfield. If possible, I would like to schedule the meet. The meet at Pimstown, and... That's fine, I'll consider the deal done then. I knew that people like you would understand what kind of value this technology holds. Who looks to the future wins. The brainwashing device has limitless potential. So that's how Payne was being controlled. First, we can start off with a clinic to run experiments on regular people, and then we could let our imagination run wild, manipulating them to do whatever we want. Wait, maybe William is also on this? A brainwashing device? Something like that actually existed? The letter makes it look like Cardwell tried to use this brainwashing device as a bargaining chip. Let's talk more about this on our next meeting, and I'll hand the schematics. It's Cardwell again. I would like to change the meet from Pimstown to the Mago. 0330. Something happened and meeting at Pimstown is not possible anymore. I suggest us meeting at a cafe, 1st Street, Boost City. This letter was written on the same day as the previous letter. He tried to change the meet from Pimstown to the Mago. Maybe he had another change of heart, so it was switched to Boost City. It's Cardwell again. I would like to change the meet Riverdale. Then he changed the meet to Riverdale. Meeting, not meet, what the heck. On October 1st, but since the letter is still here, it must mean that the meet was changed again. They're all far away from the original place, Pimstown. if he spent so much time deliberating on where the location should be, it could be that the case that Cardwell was in some trouble. I hope this strange news isn't causing any unnecessary suspicion. As you already know, I have been Cardwell longer than Scott. I myself feel more comfortable using this name as well. The only one who could attempt such prank with my full name. Oh, this letter was written yesterday. I don't see any date, how does she know? A silly prank with the name. I'm sure this letter is talking about the TCS article. And this next letter was written on the same day too. If you read the papers yesterday, I hope it didn't cause any unnecessary suspicion. That silly article is just a weird false flag some PD member somehow pulled off. PD must mean Paratus Dextra, or police department. Well, maybe not. Someone else in Paratus Dextra sent that note to the papers under TCS's name and it wasn't Cardwell? The information I gave you during our last meeting seems to have made him a bit upset. Cardwell's information, so that's why his cover was blown. Upset? Bent to get his hands on me. Maybe this was why he wanted to change the location in the previous letters. He seems bent to get his hands on me, but that's never going to happen. I'm somewhere safe where he would never even expect. I think Cardwell wrote these letters here. Maybe he thought this was a perfect safe house. The Glaucous didn't know this place existed anyway. How have you been? I know it's a bit sudden, but I'm asking for your immediate protection. I'm compromised and I need a new temporary hideout and some protection. Somewhere immediately accessible by train or boat would be good, or There are all letters. These are all letters he wrote today. He needs protection since he is under threat. He was acting as if he was scared of nothing, but now he's feeling threatened. Did he find out that he was no longer safe here? How have you been? You haven't replied to anything. I sent you 10 ducking letters, didn't I? Thanks to you, I'm on absolute ducking state. Yes, I indeed trusted you and gave you the schematics. You can't stab me in the back like this. I told you time and time over, but I will crack the goddamn code in that last ducking schematic. I just need a little bit more time. That schematic is 10 years old. Do you seriously think I won't be able to crack that crusty antique piece of shit? And this schematic must mean the schematic for the brainwashing device. So Cardwell requested protection in return for transferring the schematics to whoever this letter was addressed to. But the person didn't trust him because the last part of the schematics was encrypted. Cardwell had the schematics, but if he couldn't decrypt it, maybe these schematics are the ones Cardwell got from the deal with Brunswick. If Brunswick built the brainwashing device, Cardwell would definitely have been after that. The mannequin in the basement, the device on it said, that was the brainwashing device Brunswick built. Magnus, that ducking dog, he's pulling all this shit because he's scared that I might be done cracking the code by now. Pissing his pants sat on his ass. Even that pathetic bastard mutt of a prick believes in my abilities, and you stab me in the back like a ducking dog just because you can't give me 2 ducking months? All for that schematic? I'm telling you, you're not thinking straight. You're a ducking piece of shit, that's what you are. The letter mentions Magnus. Was he the one who pretended to be TCS? He thought he would have finished scripting the schematics, and that's why he sent a murder announcement under TCS's name? Well, TCS did want Brunswick's cipher to be broken, but why use an indirect way to pressure Cardwell? I think I'm done here. Selen, are you done? What do you think? Aaron Smith and that murderer, what do you think happened here? I'm still not sure, but let's piece this together. First, this place. This is Taylor Cardwell Scott hideout, yep. The reason why this is possible is because things on the table and, well, let's say disguise tools. I don't know, let's see. Yep, correct. Taylor Cardwell Scott built this secret hideout. The evidence he left, the various tools he used for disguise, and the handwritten letters is proof that it's his hideout. And Aaron Smith came to this hideout, which means Aaron Smith is Taylor Cardwell Scott, I guess. The reason behind: age, occupation, cleanliness. Yeah, he's obsessed with cleanliness. Clean bed, unfinished letters, Aaron Smith corpse. Well, there are a lot of choices here. I don't know. Let's try with this first. No. Well, wait, should I select something here? Well, obsessed with cleanliness. Well, we can, I guess, pinpoint clean bed as well. Yeah, two clean things. Okay. He really was, Cardwell. This isn't a specifically luxurious place, but it's spotless clean and it's very neatly organized. It reminds me of Aaron's obsession, as he was the person who owned this hideout, which means he would have been able to open the locked door. Wait, so Aaron, Cardwell disguised himself and joined the Glaucous? I told this to Mary before, but there's no way that we wouldn't have recognized his disguise. The reason you never caught him was because Cardwell used his best disguise yet, which was... Cardwell used this disguise to hide among the Glaucous. Nothing? Yep. It was his true self. Cardwell's real face. He didn't disguise himself. What? They said Cardwell always disguised himself whenever he met someone. Nobody knew his real face. So he really did use his real secret face in the docks. So that's why. Then, what about Ed Payne? How did he come inside here? According to what Ben knew about the River Court jailbreak, Cardwell helped Ed Payne break out of jail and made him kill people in return. He could have told him about the hideout in the process. But based on the evidence I found, I think the reason Cardwell ran to his hideout and Ed Payne hid here to wait for Cardwell was because... that's a good question. Another individual? Probably. I have no clue. The reason behind this. Well, wait, it could be actually Scarlet Vest. I don't know, let's go with another individual for now. Device on Ed Payne's head. What else do we have? Well, device on Ed Payne's head. It might be Scarlet, actually. Oh no, it's another individual. Okay, I'm correct then. It wasn't Cardwell, nor was it Ed Payne. It was a different person. That person brought Payne here and made him kill Cardwell. But didn't you say that Cardwell helped Payne break out? Why kill someone who helped you? The brainwashing device. That thing Ed Payne had on his head, he was brainwashed. What? Brainwashing? That's ridiculous. Didn't you see how shooting him did nothing? I'm sure something was off about him. But still, it's not a film. Is that really possible? This knife stuck in Cardwell's chest isn't covered with blood like the other ones. Someone stabbed him in his chest, and it wasn't Ed Payne. Someone whose hands were cleaner. But Ed Payne was the only one there when we came inside. Maybe he left quietly while we were inspecting the warehouse. Phew. What is it? If Cardwell wasn't the real murderer, the real one, why? Why do this here? The motive of the real murderer. This was it, leaving this ticket for me. Only I would be able to tell what destination Kelvin Foster would mean. Midnight 14, the train leaves soon. Neil, I'm sorry, but I need to be somewhere right now. Can I leave you with reporting everything, including the corpse? Of course, you can. I can't ask you to deal with a corpse now, can I? You have done a great job. I'll tell Mary what happened. You go home and get some rest. Huh? Oh, I wasn't going home. I don't know what you're planning, but if it's too late, we need to go back and think what we should do next. Mary will make something work if we tell her what we saw. Go back, get some rest, forget about these corpses, and stay away from danger. Does Neil think I'm scared? Maybe it's better to let him think like that. He might try to stop me from going like Ben. Let's go. I'll take you to the city. Oh, it's alright. I can go alone. Can't let a girl like you just walk alone in the middle of the night, can I? But you have something to do, Nail. I can't let you go alone and stay back here cleaning up after a corpse. I won't get anything done that way. It's too late. I'll walk you there. Well, okay. Damn, okay. Some plot twists basically here, and it's saving. So okay, I think will be finishing this right here, right now. Then it will be a rather long episode with me having to repeat basically the same room two times because it was bugged until I restarted the game for some reason. So yeah, that will be it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.